We have the lovely Erin Young on the call today, and you guys, at least my team knows who she is because I posted her awesome video from Leadership. And I had the privilege of going through Master Hammer and Chisel with Erin, and she is just such a dedicated person. She's so reliable and so motivating and uplifting. So I just feel super honored to have met her and spent time in LA with her and San Diego. And we got to bond over the stress of being super swimsuit models, which we're not. So anyway, without further ado, let me make sure my PowerPoint's up and ready to go. And you know what? I'll share my story first for those that don't know me. So my name's Emma Whaley, and I am married to a Marine, and we have 5 kids together. So he has 2 sons, and then we have 3 together, and it's an age span of 5 up to 17. So it's a little bit crazy. It's 4 boys and a girl smack in the middle. We also have a brand new dog. Yay. So I was a college dropout. And I think that's important to say. I was a habitual quitter. My parents called me a gypsy because I would just travel around the world. And when I just was done with something, I just left and just, whatever. I had a kind of an adventurer's heart. And I think that's stems from having a really broken home growing up and a lot of turmoil in my house. And I was trying to find where I belonged, if that makes sense. And so when I came into coaching, you see, my husband and I had gotten married, and I was insta-mommy because I had 2 stepsons. And we shared custody because we lived close enough to their mom that I would have them more than 50% of the time, even when my husband was on deployment. And within the first 4 years of us being married, I had 3 kids. I was insta-stepmom, and we had moved 4 different states and already went through two deployments. And so it was very stressful. And by the time I had my final baby, I'd gained 55 pounds and was really depressed and really stuck. And I had gone from this free spirit, wandering life to like, the military is telling us what to do, and I'm covered in spit up all day, and I'm just basically making babies and not doing anything else with my life. What's in there for me? And I was feeling super stuck and really, really experiencing terrible postpartum depression. And I didn't know what that was. I was ashamed that I felt sad. And we were living in Hawaii in paradise. And I didn't want to leave my house. And I didn't want to do anything with my life. And it really hit me like, I got to make a change because my kids need me. So I ordered TurboFire off of the infomercial, and we were so broke that I actually couldn't pay for the full price. I had to pay in the little payment plan. And I did that. And within a few months, I actually ran a half marathon, and I'm a terrible runner. And so I was able to do that with TurboFire, and that was a big accomplishment for me. I did it simply because I wanted to say I was able to do it. And I crossed that finish line, and I was like, give me my medal. And they said, there are no medals at this race. And I was like, what? Show me the buffet. And that's literally what happened. But within a year, I had lost all my baby weight. I was the mommy that was literally hiking up mountains with a baby in a front pack and a baby in a backpack, and then my toddler on my hand. And we would hike up those mountains in Hawaii, and we'd swim in the ocean, and I just felt alive. I went from feeling like life was over to anything's possible. And it's so weird because as one single fitness program did that for me. So I actually reached out to my upline. I had followed her on Facebook, and she posted about coaches and coaches being able to sign up for free with the military discount. My husband was on deployment, so I didn't have to ask for permission. And so I went ahead and did it and decided to sign up for the 25% off discount on Shakeology, and also for the opportunity to help us to move forward. Because I knew I wanted to do something to help people, but I didn't know what. And I knew I did not want to put my kids in childcare. That was just not an option for me ever. And so, boom. So I started off very slowly. I didn't actually want to tell anyone I was a coach. So the first year I was very much a hobby coach doing the minimum and got the minimum. And then the second year I took off and went from being a Ruby coach to an elite coach. And now we are a 2-time elite team. We're a 9-star team, 3-star team, diamond team, and in 3 different business centers. And then last year we ended up number 34 or 35. I can't remember out of the entire network. And so Fierce Fit kicked some serious trash. And the biggest thing for me, though, is we've been able to retire my husband. So no more deployments. He retired in June, and we relocated to Arizona to be near my stepsons full time. And yeah, the moving has stopped. I've moved 5 states since I started this business. It's crazy. But now we're here. But for me, the biggest thing that's happened since becoming a coach is I've met some of my best friends and really believe that I could do anything with my life. And I know that I have the most incredible people that I'm surrounded with daily that just inspire me to be better. And I would never, ever give up on that. Ever. That's just silly. So yeah, now my husband's a stay-at-home dad and he loves it. And that's his dream. So he's living his dream. So it's really cool that Beachbody was able to give us that in just 4 years. So, okay. I rambled. I'll pause for a sec. So what Erin and I talked about was, okay, with the time of the year that we have and everything going on, what is it that we really need to talk about, or what do we need to learn? And so Erin's going to take a little bit more of her approach because her story is so inspiring and you guys are just going to have your socks blown off with that. And she's taken more of the preacher approach. So I'm taking the teacher approach and my team's going to go, what? That's not you. But we're going to try, folks. Stick with me. So I wanted to talk about how I've built my business has been almost 100% from a cold market, in the sense that I didn't build my business with my best friends in my family. My best friend is a coach. My mom and dad are now coaches, but it did not start off that way. And I knew that if I wanted to be successful, I had to get out of my immediate hot market, and that had to happen ASAP. Because I didn't want to piss people off by always talking about Beachbody. So I wanted to keep my friends. So how did I do that? How did I build in a cold market? So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. If you want to, I can elaborate at any point. But so we're going to go through a little bit of that. So let's see. Can you guys see that? Is it teeny? There we go. All righty. So going from a cold market to a warm invite. So the first thing is you got to start with your 5, and yeah, a little typo. Anyway, so my 5, the things that are very important to me are family. I talk about my kids all the time because what you're trying to do is your 5 is your brand. So what is your brand? What are the things you want to be remembered for? And really narrow that down. So you can be known for, 25 different things, but that's too much. You're not trying to please everybody. So what would you really want to be known for at the end of the day? So me, first and foremost, is family. And I'm a very hands-on, active mommy. I'm the mommy that likes to get outside and play. I'm the mommy that likes to try messy things in the house, like painting with the kids. And I did a homeschool preschool, and so I always posted about what I was doing with my kids and how this was allowing me to stay home. Now I'm a new puppy mommy, and so there we go, posting the puppy. I'm into fashion, so I post about that. I did that the other day. I love to adventure and travel, and so here's me goofing off on the beach. And these are all things I posted in the last week or 2. And then also part of my brand is my fitness story. So I do share me working out. So there's a little post about that, and then food. I love food. I love to eat. So you have to think about what is your brand and who do you want to be known for? Because what's going to help to build a clientele or to build trust with you is not what makes you the same as every other Beachbody coach. It's what makes you different. And you notice, though, my posts, I do have this one of the Beachbody Performance line, but it's not a stock photo. All of my photos are me, right? Because if people want to just go order the product online or whatever, then they can do that. They can go to the website and just order it from the website. But they want to work with you because of who you are. So what happened to you? So I post consistently about the things in my brand, which are, family, faith, food, fashion, motivation, working out, and now it's going to be puppies. I don't know how we'll put that in there, but maybe in the family category. And it's not like I say, oh, they have to go in this order, check box, but more it's I'm just living my life. And so what were my highlights of the day? And I treat my Facebook like it's my friends, they're coming over. So I engage with questions. So this or that. For example, the last one, you saw the 2 outfits together. I asked my, I would send it, when you're going to shop for a ball gown or a big event that's coming up, and you text your friends, you're like, should I get this one or that? The guys probably don't do that. I don't know what you guys do. Men are a mystery. Anyway, so you send those pictures to your friend on text, right? And then they come back to you and they say, I like this one. We'll do that with Facebook. Put your outfits up there and say this or that. Or what would you do? So parenting advice. Oh, hey, we're thinking about getting a dog, or I just got a dog, how do you house train, like engage with people, or I made this dish and it just was missing something, what would you add? And the more you can talk to people like you would your best friends coming over to your house, the more they're going to want to engage with you. And then you want to share samples of your little successes that you're having or motivation. So, or not your successes, sorry. Ask them to share their successes. So when I post a fitness picture of me, or I post a workout of the day or something like that, I say, hey, what's your workout for today? I want to cheer you on. Or it's Motivate Me Monday. So what motivated you today? I want to help to support you. I'm in your corner, girl. We got this together. Or high five for all the parents that still get this done. And that way they feel like they're part of my tribe and I'm connecting with them. And it's not just me posting a sweaty selfie, but I'm sharing why. Why did I just share this? Like, or the what would you do? I'm asking why, because I'm trying to build that connection. It's all about building those connective tissues. And sometimes you'll connect with people on the most random things, and it ends up being a bond you form. And then later when they need fitness advice or whatever, they know you're that person that's always posting your food pics and asking for, tips or giving shareable content. So. Okay, then I show success. So I show success and I shout out to people because people love someone that shows up for another person, right? So, and it can be a combination of things. Like sometimes it's transformation pictures from people on my team, and say that, even if today is your very first day as a coach, yay, welcome to the team. You can share other people's successes on the team. Just ask them. So we have a file, in our team page. I'm sure that Erin has a file too of success stories. So you can borrow theirs. And then I share it on my wall, not in a, check out what Shakeology did for Jenny. Do you want to buy Shakeology now? No, I say, hey, check out my girl. She's killing it. We all know how hard it is to stay on track during the holidays. This is awesome. Can you show some love? And I do it in that way. And then, obviously these two on the right are success stories from people on my team or my friends. I always say my friends. And then I also share my own success. Like, what is my journey? And we might think, oh, I already shared mine, but you probably need to share your success story in a different way. Not the same exact pictures, not the same exact stuff. Share it in a different way, like every 2 or 3 weeks, so that new followers are able to see it. It's like infomercials. You need to see those like 5-6 times before you actually decide to look into the product, right? So you might post it once and then people forget because there's just so much content coming at people a million times. So share it over and over again in a different way, and it might strike somebody at the right time. So here I shared, my journey from 2009 to today, after kids and how this all worked out. But what I talked about wasn't the pounds lost. I actually talked about the confidence, like the way I stood and everything and how I had changed as a person. In 2009 or 2010, there's no way I would have ever gotten out in front of a photographer and let them take my picture in a swimsuit. And then I did. So not just about what you're losing, but what are you gaining? Okay. But not all transformations are going to be physical. So some of them are about family, like what's happening to your family now that you're making changes. And this was so cool because I got to take Isabella with me to, it was actually her second Fit Club, but she actually participated this time and didn't just watch the iPad, and she was able to join in the workout and everything. And she's like, Mom, your job is so cool. So it's affecting our family because they're seeing that fitness is cool. Sometimes your transformation is emotional. So I did this post the other day about how every woman can be a Wonder Woman. Like, we have a lot going on in our lives and we want to feel empowered and we want to feel unstoppable. And so I talked about that, how working out makes you feel awesome and how we should lift each other up. And sometimes you just post about the fun things that you're doing. And so why your workout was fun for today. And everybody wants fun. Everyone wants to be able to hike to the top of the mountain and not die, right? They want to be able to do that, even if they don't really love to be outside. They want the idea of being able to do that. So showing how are you doing that. And then about feeling confident and young. This was on my birthday, and I was like, I'm getting older, but I sure don't feel old yet. And I just talked about how exercise makes you feel good in all the clothes that you wear. So you're sharing all these things. So then don't forget, you're also sharing about your coaching transformation. And along the way, you're telling these little story, like pieces of your story. So people start to feel like they know who you are. And every story you tell, remember, every post that goes out on social media is either helping people to make a decision of whether or not they want to work with you and they want to trust you, or they don't. And you might think that like you're vague, this day sucks. You know, you put it out there to get some empathy or sympathy. But really it's giving this bad energy and this bad vibe to your tribe that they don't need to have. So if you're going to post anything negative, if you're going to post about your bad day, what's the upswing? So it's the whole, so what? You know, so be as good, like as a specific of a storyteller as you can be, and be funny and type like you talk so that people connect with you. Okay, so don't forget your coaching transformation. This is huge. Like, why be a coach? So here are some snippets I shared from the last couple of weeks. So I talked about on my birthday, you know, the two most important days of your life are the day you're born and the day you discover why, and how coaching's helped me to discover my why I was born. Hey, honey. Mom. Do you want to give this call? Mom. What? I'm working. You know that. It's Tuesday.
The party.
Okay, we'll see. All right, go eat. I love you.
I'm not done.
Okay, then you have to be quiet. I apologize. Mom first. Okay, and then I talked about on our, like, being able to always be swimsuit ready. You know, that's what coaching's done for me. And they send me to awesome locations like California, where I get to hang out with my best friends by the pool. And we were working, but really we were just hanging out, you know, like masterminding. And then I talked about how on a random Monday I was able to go boating with my family, and how Will didn't have to work because he's retired and he never gets Mondays off. And now he's home and we were able to go boating, and we had the cash to go boating as a family, and how cool that was. And then I posted a picture down here of being able to work outside by my pool, and how that's my job. Like, I get to just chat with my friends online and drink Shakos by the pool. How cool is that? You know, so we're sharing the different things we love about it, and it's not necessarily just about the rank. It's not necessarily about the money. It's like, what are you going to do with that money? What are you going to do with that rank? Like, what does that mean? Because people don't understand our mumbo jumbo Beachbody crap. What they understand, though, is the feeling and the picture you're sharing of what your life is like. Does that make sense? So I don't know if anybody's even listening, so I'm just looking at my screen. Everybody just logged off. Cool. Talking to myself. No, I'm kidding. All right. So then when people start hanging out on my page, and what I mean by that is they've liked or commented on a couple pictures from my like page, then I'll send them a friend request. And I always go to their page and I see if they're the kind of person I would want to be friends with. You can be selective about who you add. Don't just add anyone. And I just send a simple message once they approve it. It says, hey, blah, blah, blah. Thanks for hanging out on my page. I love meeting like-minded friends and can't wait to get to know you better. Are you in the fitness industry too, or just working on your own goals? Chat with you soon. In Fitness, Emma. And this message works every time. People reply back, I would say 9 times out of 10, and they're like, oh, awesome. I'm a runner. I love CrossFit. I'm doing turbo or whatever. And it just starts the conversation on a common ground. If they follow me, they see a lot of fitness stuff, you know, because that's who I am. And that just naturally leads into things. And so then that allows the conversation to start going. So sometimes they're like, gosh, I wish I was on track, but I'm not. And then I'm like, awesome, I can help. What's going on? And I just talk to them like a friend. I don't use a specific script necessarily, but here's kind of an idea of where I start. So write their name down. Seems so simple, right? Always write their name down, and then make a note or set an alarm in your phone of when to follow up with them in like 3 or 4 days. So after you've sent them that message, if they haven't replied back, then go to their page purposely to like and be a friend on their page. Be supportive. Comment on their stuff. Only if you actually do like it and want to comment. If you don't like it, don't like it. And then when they post something that you can connect with, reach out about it. So like if they post a cute kid craft, or if they finished a marathon, whatever, send them a little message, something simple like, hey, cool idea, thanks, hope you don't mind if I steal it, or looks like you guys are all ready for Halloween, whatever, you know, and you can just connect with them there. Before I ever invite people, I always make sure I have the form down. So I have to know who they are, like what do they have a family? And usually you can tell from their Facebook page, right? Where do they work? What do they do for fun? So what kind of workouts do they do? And that first message gets that out of the way. Like they say, yeah, I've done Beachbody programs, or I'm working with a coach right now, or they say, you know, I'm into CrossFit or whatever. And we start chatting about that. And then I ask, oh, like you do CrossFit, cool. So are you able to go during the day, or are you working? And then blah, that just goes into occupation. And then, you know, I can usually tell if they have a family based on their pictures. So before I ever invite anyone, I have to know all of these things, and then I can share my message, right? And it seems so simple, you guys. It really does, because it is. So they invite, hey, blank, how's whatever we've been talking about coming along? How's your job going? How was the vacation? Whatever. I am putting together an online fitness group starting on blah, blah, blah. And I thought of you because you said you're having family pictures in 3 weeks. You are going on a vacation. You're going home for the holidays. Whatever. Let me know if you want some more info. If not, that's okay. Just thought I'd mention it. Talk to you soon, Emma. And that's my invite. Breezy. All I said, I didn't say, do you want to join us? I said, do you want some more info? So then I continue to always offer something of value, whether it's something funny and relatable, or like it makes them laugh, it inspires them. It's like a workout of the day. So recording little mini videos. I can't upload this right here, obviously. But here's a workout I did for Friday, so they can share it and do it. A recipe. I try to do recipes as often as I can. I do a free group every month. I'm sure you guys do all of these things too. But the thing that I realized was I need to do share-worthy content. So what does that mean? So if an idea is original and funny or captivating to you, chances are your audience will think that too. But if it's a quote that you've seen 5,000 times, don't share it. Please don't share it. Like, sweat is fat grind. How many times have you seen that one? Don't share that. Or whatever it is, like don't share the same things you've seen over and over again. But if somebody posts some, like if you see it on Pinterest or you hear on your personal development audio or whatever, then go and create a post based on that. So like here's an example. These little fruit cups, I was like, oh my gosh, I would love if my kids would have that in school. And that's not something I would, like I don't normally say share this stuff, you know, on Facebook or whatever, but I did. I posted that one because it connected with me and I had never seen it before. And so guess what? I shared that on my wall and I got 27 shares. And so what that does, if you do share worthy content or free groups where you're like, tag a friend that wants to join you in my free booty group, then, or here's a recipe, share to save on your wall, then that goes to all of their friends and gets more eyes onto you and it increases your engagement, right? You guys know all this? Okay, preaching to the choir. All right, follow up, follow up, follow up. Sometimes 10 times, yes. Seriously, sometimes you have to follow up 10 times. I don't know if you've read a lot about how sales or business works at all, but usually on average, it takes following up with someone 5 or more times before they'll be ready. You have to have 5 or more interactions with that person. And so that doesn't mean like you follow up and go, are you ready for your challenge pack now? No, I don't mention it. I go back to their goals. So that way, once I've given them the invite process and we've gone through all of that and I've given them how to join my challenge with the, you know, ordering their challenge pack, then if I don't hear back from them or whatever, in 2 to 3 weeks, I'll follow up and I'll say something like this. Hey, just wanted to drop in and see how your goals are coming along. Are you on track or are you struggling? I'd love to check in on your and answer any questions you have. We'll chat with you soon. And then I add a PS. PS, I saw you guys went to the lake this weekend, or hey, you're Bronco fans. Too bad they're not doing well or whatever. I actually don't know. But you had something personal in there, and so that they can see that you're not just messaging them for a sale or something like that, but you're actually paying attention to who they are as a person. Okay, and then the last thing, people won't remember what you say, but they're going to remember how you made them feel. And so if they go to your page and it's full of positivity and it's full of things that are bright and happy and you know, showing that you're a real person that's just trying to make the best of this life you've been given, and you're grateful for what you have, then they're going to want to hang out with you. But if you complain, if you're not putting your best foot forward, if you always look tired, you just can't wait for the kids to go to bed every night, then that makes them feel like, wow, that person's really struggling with life. And we all struggle with that sometimes, but the majority of your content should be things that are you're overcoming, you're rising above, and you're loving on people, you're loving them to success. You're just pouring your heart into your page because it's like coming over to your house and hanging out with you, right? So anyway, I'm going to stop the share. But that is how I went from a cold market to a warm invite. It's all about being consistent. So any questions you guys have? Hey, Erica Buzzard, I know you. Yay, congrats, Sarah Albert. Okay, no questions. That's fine. I hope it was helpful and it wasn't too repetitive. But now I get to introduce to you my good friend, my little blondie from the East Coast, Erin. Erin's an adorable mama too. She was a teacher and she's so good at it. And I just got a good vibe from Erin the first time I cyber met her online in our group. She really was a big part of why I was able to finish Hammer and Chisel. She's so real and she's so inspiring. And she talks about like the struggle she has, but she always comes back with, you guys, we're going to win. She's a winner, you can just tell. And I loved that her story was all about working super hard, putting her kids first, and then how did she prioritize her time to become this amazing, successful 10-star Diamond Elite coach. And you guys, I could tell how much she loves her team and how much she loves this business when she opened her computer and saw her 10-star bonus at, I was there, and she saw that go into her bank account that day, and we were in the workout room. She sits down on the bench and starts bawling and starts like talking about how she did it with her team. And it wasn't like, I am the best ever, but she was all about like, this was a team effort. We all rallied together. We pushed each other. I'm so proud of my team. And I loved her heart. And that's why I wanted to team up with her for this call, because I was like, oh my gosh, we have the same heart and passion for this business. So I will mute. And Erin, you want to go ahead and take it away?
Okay, thanks, Emma. Okay, so first of all, you kept saying, oh, I'm preaching to the choir. I'm telling you what you already know. Girl, we don't all already know that. You have mad talents and skills, and what is natural for you is not natural for all of us. We overthink it, and so I thought you were very great, tangible action steps and sharing your verbiage and your invites and your language. I thought that was amazing. So I know that my team is probably very appreciative of that. I took so many notes and I'm really excited to implement that. You shared a lot with me, that I don't do. What's interesting about my team is we're very much a warm market team, meaning that, most of our coaches, all know each other, and and that's kind of unique and rare, and it's really special, and it's helped us build an amazing team culture. And we have so much in front of us because we do have a whole cold market out there. So I thought it was amazing. I thought it was really, really awesome.
Thank you. So you're the opposite, because I would say like 80% of us are like military spouses, or we met online. Like we're all like, because that's how I told you I was a traveler, I was a gypsy, and like meeting new friends for me is like awesome. So I just meet people. So
yeah, a lot of our team is all in, central Indiana, and we do have coaches sprinkled throughout, but it's kind of funny. We're very much kind of a Midwestern kind of team, and I don't know, it's kind of interesting. It's great to just get all these different perspectives and meet different teams, and I think it's so cool to see all these faces on here, and some are familiar and some of you guys are, new to me. I think it's really, really cool, and I think it just shows you, it gives you a bigger view of Team Beachbody. It really does. Like, we are all in this together, and we're all here to help each other out. We are a great big team, and I think this call just solidifies that even more, and I think it's really special. Emma is really just an awesome person. She and I were brainstorming. We were in hair and makeup on the last day together of the infomercial for hours upon hours upon hours. For whatever reason, she bumped me to the end. Whoever the producer producer said, you know what, Erin, no, you'll have to be last. So Emma and I got to spend a lot of time together. And same thing to you guys. She really loves you all. I mean, like, she's always thinking about her team and helping you guys succeed. And so you guys have an amazing leader, which I think that you know that. So we are going to talk about tonight kind of more of my story and how I took this business from a hobby to a career as I was working a full-time job. And so tonight I'm going to share some of that with you. So I'm going to jump on and share my screen with you so you can see this. Hopefully, you'll walk away with some inspiration. I'm very much a heart and soul kind of full of passion person. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. Who knows? You may even see some tears tonight, but I'm going to be able to hopefully give you some action steps, but also just maybe a stronger belief in your own dream and your own journey. Because at the end of the day, I really do think that we all have a greater purpose to serve others and to serve our families and to use our talents and our skills and our creativity to do what it is that makes us happy as we're making other people happy. And I don't think for one moment we should ever think twice about that. I think bottom line, kind of one of my new mantras is we have to give ourselves permission to have the dreams that we have within us. Because the moment that I said, I will be the mom that puts my son on the school bus and I let that dream live, everything started rolling in the right direction, because at the center of all of this is a core belief in ourselves. And we have to have that belief in ourselves and our ability. And even though we have no idea how that's going to happen, we have no idea, we still have to believe it, because if we believe it, it becomes our reality. And that's really the core of my success in the past 2 years, really. So before we can let a dream live, we have to know what that dream is, and that's our why, and we have to always know that. And so to tell you a little bit more about me, these are kind of my reasons why. And you see some, collage of different pictures here, and at the core of all of this is my family, my health, and my team success. I think our whys evolve over time. At this point, you may not have a why that makes you cry, but I found mine, and that's what pushed me day in and day out in this business. I would set up late at night and get up early in the morning because I was driven with a fire deep inside me of a why that made me cry. And when I started, it wasn't there because I didn't know the possibilities, and I really didn't see that I was capable of more. But as I got deeper and deeper in this business and I opened my eyes and I saw the success of those around me, I said, why not me? Why not my team? Why not these people? If they can do it, I can do it too. And that's when my why started growing. And at the end of the day, I mean, you see my physical transformation. I'm here to share with people that they can do that they can believe in themselves. And so, I have a why that drives me, and I have a belief that drives me that I share with other people as well. So, it started with the physical transformation, and it became a transformation that has involved my family's transformation. And I think that it's pretty amazing. And I think we should all say, why not me? Because you can do this as well. Moving on here. So I learned really early on in this business that success is the squiggly line that you see on the right side of your screen here. This was shared with me by Arno Nakaha, and he's one of the Central Region directors or mentors. I call him my mentor. He led a team call for us, and it was the team call where he invited me to speak at the leadership retreat this year. And he shared this slide, and it's so true because there's so many of us who come into this business and we do see my success or Emma's success or, your upline success. And we're like, that's what we want. And we expect that to happen quickly. And it doesn't happen quickly. Emma's happened over 4 years. Mine's happened over 3 years. It takes time. And that's why at the central, our core belief and our why has to be strong. And it's something that has to be something very important to us that drives us every day, because we do think that success blossoms overnight, but it doesn't. It's really hard. And that's really what I'm going to tell you about, is that this is hard stuff. It's so hard. And we have to remember every single day that our dreams matter and that we're absolutely 100% worth the hard work. It's kind of like when we're working on our fitness. Like, we realize that it's going to take more than 21 days to lose the weight that we need to, or get the abs that we want to. It's going to take more than just us doing hammer and chisel workouts to get the chiseled abs. We got to commit to the nutrition plan too. It's not just simple, easy breezy to the top. There's a lot of messy stuff in between. There's a lot of failures. There's tears. There's probably fights. But at the end of the day, it's all absolutely 100% worth it. So we have to remember that and never stop, never stop. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's not going to be easy, but it's absolutely worth it. And let me show you why it's worth it. Okay. And a lot of you on my team have seen this picture before. But this is what I pictured in my head. This moment here is what I imagined for 2 years in a row. As I worked a full-time job as a high school English teacher, and as I worked so hard to be able to make this moment come true, because after teaching for 14 years, I was able to say, see you later, I'm not coming back, because I'm going to be the mom that can put her kid on the school bus when he starts kindergarten. And this is the first day of kindergarten. It's the picture that fills up our news feeds in August and September. But for me, this was a turning point in my life, because I did it. I reached my goal. I hit the dream. It happened. I've been there every single day since school started as the mom that can put Tyler on the bus. And this was the vision. I visualized this right here. And here's the reality. I visualized the moment and it became a reality. The power of positive thinking is more than you could ever know. And it's one of the things that I've had to train myself to do. And I still battle with demons, you know, and negative self-talk and thinking. But right here, when it came down to it, I visualized this. In fact, before I even visualized this moment, I stood in front of a room of, 250 people or whatever, way before this. And I said, I'm going to be a 5-star Diamond Elite coach by the end of the year. I said it out loud. And I had absolutely no idea how in the world that was going to happen. But if you believe it, it becomes your reality. And working hard for it through all the mess and the squiggle lines and the whatever, it's absolutely totally worth it when you get to do this. And when this dream and this why becomes a reality. And I know that I'm probably preaching to the choir, and you probably are inspired by this, but you have to take that inspiration and you have to say, I deserve that too. I absolutely deserve that too. And I may be uncomfortable on social media. I may not know the ins and outs of Facebook marketing. Hell, I don't even know how to do the math on how somebody gets a discount on their Shakeology and why that's more worth it over, being a coach or whatever. But I believe in it so much that I'm willing to do the hard work every single day, no matter what, to make that happen, because this is worth it. It's absolutely worth it. Okay. So what do we have to do? So what did I do every single day for 2 years to make this happen? Every day for 2 years, no matter how early it was or no matter how late it was, these happened all the time. Okay. So the very first thing is I had to develop a why. And not only that, but I had to share it. And the most important person I had to share it with was my husband. Okay. Because we know that it's hard. It is so hard. If we're a full-time mom, if we're a full-time nurse, if we're a full-time whatever it is, we have huge responsibilities in our lives. And then we bring in this business and it kind of takes on a life of its own, and we're kind of not expecting it. And then we love it. And we're helping other people, and it's amazing. And it's filling our buckets. It's making us feel amazing. And then this why blossoms, and we're kind of working towards it. We have to share it because we do need the support system of our families and of our friends, but we need it of our spouse or our number one supporters. They need to understand it. They don't have to really get it right away, but we need to share it with them. It's only fair, because over time we are going to need more and more of their support, especially if you're working full time, because you are going to need to probably work your business more than 1 hour a day. That's just the bottom line. And so you're going to need some help, and you're going to need some people in your corner. Okay. And so developing your why and sharing that with your support system is huge. I think it's also important to share it with your coaches and your team as well. There's nothing selfish about saying, guys, I need to make this a full-time career. Let's do this. Let's blow this out of the water. Let's make, let's do this together. There's nothing selfish in that, because you sharing that you believe in this business that much is going to be contagious. We have to set our no matter what monthly goals. And I'm going to go into that a little bit more. But honest to goodness, every single month we should be moving our business forward. And so that means that we have set goals that are going to happen no matter what. And every single month for 2 years, I said, I'm going to hit Success Club 5 and sign up 2 coaches. That's not that unrealistic. And that's not that scary. I could only handle so many invites. I could only handle so many follow-ups. I could only handle so many people in my challenge groups because I was a high school English teacher. I mean, I saw 175 students every day for 180 days out of the year. And I came home and had 2 children and a husband. I couldn't create a whole another echelon of, another job here. I had to keep it realistic. And so I had no matter what goals. And I did. I hit Success Club every month. I signed up coaches every month because I knew that's what it would take to build my business and to keep it moving forward. And no matter what means no matter what I do it. It's not like, well, this is a hard month, so I'm just going to accept that it's hard. No matter what, I'm going to hit that goal and I'm going to make that happen. And so I hope you realize that too. We always have to be moving forward. If you want more to happen in your business, if you want more success, if you want more income, if you want to help your coaches succeed, we have to, no matter what, hit our personal goals in our business. I had to set business hours and work with focused intensity. Because let's be honest, most of my day was spent at work. And so I had to make sure that my time outside of work was spent very wisely and very effectively, and I was working very efficiently. And so that meant I had business hours before work, I had them during work when I had a break, and I had them after work. And sometimes I even had them at night because you have team calls and things like this. But the focused intensity meant I knew what my purpose was during those hours. I knew what I was going to do. It wasn't like, well, okay, so 8 to 10 is my business hours. No, I knew what I was doing from 8 to 10 because I had to be all over it. I had to work with focused intensity. And that meant making a lot of lists. I always had to-do lists. I always knew the coaches, the challengers, the follow-ups, the invites, the people that I needed to talk to. And I would get up, and this is the brutal reality and the truth of it, at 4 a.m., and I would work out and do PD and take my sweaty selfies and get, kind of my day started, maybe send a few follow-ups and whatnot. I had to be at work by 7:25 in the morning. So that's kind of early, and then I would also get to work and I would sit in the parking lot for 5 to 10 minutes. And then I would upload to my challenge groups. I would upload to my Facebook page, and then I would work, and then I would have lunch break. And I would work over my lunch break. I made the sacrifice not to go hang out with my colleagues in the lunchroom because of it was so negative anyway. Like that was all negative energy. I chose to have, I would maybe check in on my challenge groups. I would maybe post a recipe or my lunch to Facebook, add some valuable content. And then I would work after school as well, maybe for an hour. I worked out with my childcare provider, that I could pick up my kids at 4:30. And then I would work a little bit at night too. I did not retire from teaching until I was a 6-star diamond elite coach. I had to work my business to that level to compensate for my income. I had to be a student of the business model so that I was not making a leap of faith decision and just leaving my family hanging, because my salary did pay for the family's bills. My family needed my income, so I couldn't just be like, all right, I'm done. I'm going to try this out and see what happens. There was no seeing what happened. So I had to understand the coach compensation plan. I had to understand team cycle bonuses. I had to understand how I made money and how I could maximize my income and my team's income in this business. And so I had to know what that looked like. And so I had to be a student of that model. I had to know where to place the second CDC to maximize income, things like that. So if you really want to do something amazing with this, you have a huge opportunity to make some crazy income. And some of you, based on your placement, man, a really easy income. I know that may sound a little bit demeaning that it's easy, but there are some amazing ways to make some income in this business, and you should learn how to do that. I had to have systems of organization for my business, and I'm going to share that more specifically with you here in a moment. So I'm going to go to the next one. I had to work my business consistently every day. I worked on Saturdays and Sundays, and that's just the brutal, honest truth of it, because I had to keep the momentum going. I had to keep the motion going. I wasn't always working 3 or 4 hours on those days, but I was working consistently on those days. I did have a success partner. I had a few success partners. I still do. My number one success partner will always be Erica Buzzard, and she's on this call. We started this together. We're in this together. We're doing this together. I have someone that understands me, that gets me, that knows what I need to hear the day that I need to hear it. I have my fitness success partners. I have business success partners, but I have people in this business that can hold me accountable and that can be my cheerleader. Because when you get to a point of leadership, when you start building and creating a team, there are times that it's pretty lonely. And so we have to have other people that are building us up, that are holding us, together, and that are keeping us moving forward. I had to be willing to make sacrifices. I don't watch television. I don't read, crazy books that everybody else is reading. I read PD. I listen to PD. I use most of my time very wisely. Heck, I don't even know the most popular songs on the radio right now, because if I'm going to listen to something, I'm going to listen to a podcast. I'm going to listen to a motivational YouTube video. I had to say no to things. Even when my son started kindergarten, I so wanted to be the room mom. I so wanted to be in charge of the party coming up this weekend or this on Friday. I wanted to be that person, but I had to say, no, I can show up to the party. I can be a volunteer, but I can't be in charge. I can't take on these other things. And I had to, cut back some of the classes I was teaching at the YMCA and things like that. I had to be willing to make sacrifices. And that meant even saying no to social functions, and not hanging out with the neighbors, drinking beer in the garage, because that wasn't going to move my business forward. I never stopped working on my personal journey. And the most important thing I want to share with you, and this is going to be some action stuff I give with you guys, is to make sure and really look into and invest in implementing a miracle morning into your day. And this is something that I've just recently started, and it's still a work in progress. And a Miracle Morning is the title of a book. So you can go download this book or buy this book and learn how to do this. But the gist of it is that you're starting your day focusing on you, on your personal journey. And that's time for devotions, meditations, visualizations, journaling, your workout, time to just be you and to work on you, to think about your dreams, to think about your goals, to think about those positive affirmations, those I am statements, and starting your day with you and positivity and belief will take you so far. I cannot speak highly enough of it, but we never want to stop working on us. When we get busy and when life gets us, we tend to stop reading our PD. We tend to stop watching or being on our team calls, engaging with our team. That should never stop. And starting your day with you, because you should always be, in my opinion, the number one person on your journey, amazing things will happen. It will rock your core even more, your belief in your core even more. Always plan and look beyond diamond. Once I hit diamond, I wasn't like, yay, I hit diamond. Okay, cool. No, it was like, what's next? And that is a strength and flaw and fault of mine, is that I'm kind of never satisfied. And I hope that you realize that you should never just be satisfied with diamond, because diamond, the fireworks go off for one day and then reality sets, wow, I'm a weak diamond. No, that's your momentum and your opportunity to build your team. And the moment that you start building your team, that's when even cooler things start happening in your business transformation, your family's transformation, in your life. And so once we hit diamond, we need to always look past diamond and building our team even more. And then the last thing before I show you kind of the systems of organization is we should be willing to ask for help. It's okay to ask people to help you around your home, in your life, in your business, and just everywhere. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to say, I don't know how, I don't get Facebook. Can someone please help me? It's okay to say, my invites suck. Can I have some help? It's okay to get in your team page and ask for help. It's okay to hire a cleaning lady. It's okay to hire an assistant. Even when you think you can't afford it, it's okay to do that. Because the moment we start investing in our business in those ways, it's going to reward us more than that. And so I realized that really quickly. And I think that I hired a cleaning lady right when I hit diamond. And I think I hired an assistant maybe right as I hit 4 or 5 stars, something like that. And everything started just moving forward once I started asking for help and delegating elsewhere. We can also ask for help within our own downline. We don't have to lead challenge groups alone. We don't have to lead trainings alone. We don't have to do those things alone. And in fact, I feel like when we reach down in our downline, we are actually empowering our coaches and leadership. And that helps us plan beyond diamond when we start empowering others within our team to lead and see themselves as leaders as well. So those are, I mean, honestly, when I was like, what did I do? These are the things that I did over the course of 2 years. And if we do those things, if we make the time and we have that belief that we deserve our why, amazing things will happen. So really quickly, and I feel like, again, I never want to assume that everybody knows what to do. But once I started implementing a systematic month into my business, I really actually plan my business 3 months at a time. So I know what's going on in my business October, November, and December. And every month, these things are going to happen on my team, in my business. And I feel like that I do assume that everybody knows this, but I know that everybody doesn't know this. So I hope that all my coaches can see that this is what I do. And I hope that all you guys can see that Emma does all of these things too, because I know that she does. But are you doing this yourself? Don't rely on your upline to systemize your month for you. You are in charge of doing this yourself. But you should always have your monthly non-negotiable goals. And you also should have your non-negotiable activities that you're going to do. And this is your system. This is your monthly organizational system. What are you going to do with your business every month? And I think the more that you hold yourself accountable to this, the more success you're going to have and the more success your coaches are going to have, because your activity is consistent and they are going to duplicate this. I know this because my coaches are doing this. They're leading a free group. They're leading a challenge group. They're either participating in or leading a Coach Basics. You know, we have a sneak peek or an open house. We have our team calls. We have coach masterminds or roundtable discussions. And so if we're doing this consistently over time, only great positive things are going to happen. When you have one coach on your team, you have a team. You can lead your own Coach Basics. You can lead your own mastermind. You can lead your own Zoom calls. You don't have to rely on us to do that for you. But this is just kind of a closer look at what that looks like. Every month, when I schedule my month, all of these things are filled in on my calendar consistently. And I think that helps all of us see where we need to go. So, you know, for me to leave you with some things that you can do tangibly, I would say let's revisit our why. Okay, let's decide. Let's decide if this why is really our why, and are we giving ourselves permission to have the why that really makes us cry? Are we giving ourselves that permission to have that dream? Maybe we need to revisit it. Maybe we need to be a little bit more honest with ourselves. Maybe we need to be a little bit more courageous and have more belief in what we're capable of. And we may not know how it's going to happen, but we just have to say it and believe it, because belief becomes reality. We need to make sure we have our monthly non-negotiable goals and activities set. We should not set forth into November into the fall classic without knowing what our goals are and what our activities will be. Like that's just, it has to happen. We have to know that right now, even at the end of October, even as you're pushing to like hit your goals for October, we still have to look forward to November, because I'm going to lead a free group the first week of November. And so, oh my gosh, I have to post about that tomorrow, so I have to know that now so I can get the ball rolling for November. And then I really do think and suggest that you should develop and implement your own miracle morning. I don't think you even have to read the book. You can just say, this is what my miracle morning will be. I'm going to get up every day at 5 a.m. and I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And while it may be hard, and I may be really hard with visualizations, I may be really hard with journaling, I'm not sure what to journal, my mind wanders, or I just start making a to-do list, then find a motivational video. Look up and listen to Louise Hay's affirmations. Find a sermon by Joel Osteen. I mean, The Power of I Am. Find a video by Les Brown and listen to those, because that is going to start your day in a positive direction. So hopefully this helps you, and I've helped you realize and just remember that your dreams matter. Don't compare your journey to mine. It's all about you and your dreams, and you and your journey, and your hope for the future is absolutely 100% worth fighting for. You just have to believe it yourself. You have to give yourself that credit and believe it deep down. So these are two. I'm just going to leave you with this. I know the links are here. It's not like you can copy and paste them from here, but you can get a screenshot or something here. But these are the two videos right now that I'm listening to on a consistent basis. I used to be someone that never watched or listened to anything twice because I was an English teacher. I always wanted to read something new or learn something new. But right now, Joel Osteen's Power of I Am sermon is something that is speaking loudly and clearly to me, because I have to get a greater, stronger belief in myself right now to really shoot for some higher goals. And that's helping me do that, as well as this incredible mind shift motivational video. Every single morning I listen to it. Every single morning. I'm hoping that I can recite it soon enough. But anyway, so you guys, that's all I have for you. Okay. So hopefully that was helpful, and I didn't go on too long and whatever, whatever, you're still here. So, I guess it was good, right? I don't know.
I loved it. I thought it was awesome. You're such a great teacher, but your story is so inspiring, and you just have a way of just speaking to the heart of what we need to hear. And as you were talking, I was like, there are a lot of moms on the team, but just a shout out to the guys really quick, because like sometimes I think we forget that. I love what you said in the end that was like, your dream's not my dream, and so go for your dream. And I always talked about my dream, and my husband supports that, but I never had asked him really what he wanted until like a couple of years into the business. And he's like, I just want to be a stay-at-home dad. And, some guys would be like, I want to be a stay-at-home dad. That's crazy. But I've been able to see how like all this can come together for the benefit for the entire family when I get to see my husband walk the kids to school. And he took his kids to the dentist and the doctor for the first time ever this year. And he has a 17-year-old. And so just like thinking about those things, like those are the things that we're fighting for. It's not really rank, because it's the moments that you want in your life and the experiences that you want to have, whether that is with your children or with your spouse or with your puppies. I don't care. But it's the moments and the memories of why we do all this, the work, because I can tell you 100%, it's not always going to be 4 a.m. mornings and 11 p.m. nights. It's not. You only have to do that for a short, tiny window, maybe 2 years, and then you get what you've always wanted, So I love that, and I just wanted to share that last little bit, because sometimes people are like, I don't even want to be a stay-at-home mom. Well, you don't have to, but what is it that you want? Maybe you want to go build orphanages in Africa. You need money to do that, people. So anyway, but Erin, you did great. The chat is blowing up, so I'm sure they have some questions.
Yeah, let's see it.
Yeah.
No,